oscuro, a morir como un traidor. No me pongan en lo oscuro, a morir como un traidor. Yo soy bueno y como bueno moriré de cara al sol. Yo soy bueno y como bueno moriré de cara al sol.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fortunate Lubisi. My student number is 62860925 and I'm a student at UNISA and my module code is F003705. So today I'll be preparing dishes from Cuba. I'll have an appetizer, an entry and a dessert. I'm very excited to actually try out these dishes with you guys because this is my first time and it's very interesting and I believe the channel's gonna get heated. So before we cook today guys, I will have to present a little bit of Cuba history. So I got it in writing, then I'm gonna read it out and we're gonna share the history of Cuba together. So Cuba is known for its lovely music, savory cuisine and rich cultural legacy. Cuba is a dynamic island republic in the Caribbean. So, Cuba history and wide range of cultural influences are strongly ingrained in the national traditional culinary costumes. Cuba food offers delicious blend of flavor that reflects the island's distinct culinary tradition, ranging from robust stews to savory rice dishes and refreshing tropical fruits. So when I say fruits, I understand because today I'll be preparing shrimps with lime and orange juice. So today I'll be presenting my menu. This is my 3-course menu. There's an appetizer which is the Cuba empanadas. My entry is mojo shrimps, and then my dessert will be having a rice pudding. So it's very interesting guys, and please stay tuned as we prepare these dishes together. Okay, before doing anything, I'm firstly going to wash my hands so that it's clean before I prepare anything. So first thing first, we wash our hands. So wash my hands. Then I'm gonna use my cloth to dry my hands. Then we're good to go, we can start.
So these are the equipments I'm going to use. These are my measuring cups, and then I have my chef knife, which is comfortable and easy to use. On the side I have my paring knife. Then I have my spoons, I have my fork, I have my slotted spoon, and then I have my chopping board, I have the scissors and my rolling pin, and then on the other side I have my brush, I have my whisk, then I have a sort of 3 more knives, but I'm not gonna use in this case. This is a picture of my ingredient. I have ground beef, I have shrimps, I have eggs, garlic, onion, lemon, yellow onion, cinnamon as a substitute for a cinnamon stick because I didn't have it. I have condensed milk, paprika and coriander as a substitute for sazon goya. I have mixed herb as a substitute for oregano. I have bay leaves, I have tomato sauce, chili powder as a substitute for cumin. I have pickles as a substitute for capers. I have full cream milk as a substitute for whole milk. I have olive oil. I have just wine as a substitute for dry white cooking wine. I have lemon juice, orange juice, bell peppers. I have rice. I have flour. I have salt, and sugar. So this is my standardized South African ingredient. So these are all the ingredients that we'll be needing to prepare our 3-course meal. These are my ingredients for my empanadas dough. So this is my flour. I'm gonna use wooden spoon as my margarine. We have the salt, 2 eggs. One is gonna be included in my flour when mixing for the dough, and then the other one I'm gonna use to brush the outside of the empanadas before I bake them. And this is my warm water in a jar. In this case, I'll be using 180 ml. Okay, so this is my flour and my margarine, which is, I tried cutting it in cubes and it's chilled. So now I'm gonna add the salt. Then now I'm gonna mix my flour with my margarine. I'm gonna mix it until it's crumbly, and I'm gonna do that using my hand because it's much easier and simple. My egg in the middle, just like that. And then I'm going to use my hands to mix the egg. So I'm going to continue mixing the dough with my hands with the eggs until, because remember, our dough, it doesn't have to be very watery, it doesn't have to be very stiff. So I'm gonna continue mixing it with the egg. I'm gonna add water, but I'm gonna add water a bit by bit so that my dough doesn't get very wet or it doesn't get very dry. So I'm just gonna add water a little bit, keep on mixing. Once in a while I add water again and keep on mixing. So now I'm gonna pour a little bit of flour on top of my surface and roll my dough into a floured surface so that it doesn't stick. So I'm just gonna keep on rolling my dough on top of the surface until smooth. Now this is our dough is ready. As you guys can see, our dough is ready. So as you can see, our dough is in the fridge rested. Then I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna let it rest for 30 minutes until I'm done making the picalado fillings for the empanadas. So now we have our ingredients. I have the olive butter, tomato sauce just for wine, dry white wine. So I couldn't get the cooking wine. I substituted it for the cooking wine, so I just got the dry white wine. I have our coriander, which is a substitute for the cumin. We have our salt. We have our bay leaves. Mix up for the oregano, I couldn't find any. And then I'm gonna use my chili flavored seasoning for the sazon goyam. And then we're gonna use our pickles because I couldn't find the capers, so I'm gonna use pickles instead. And then this is our ground beef, and then I have my red bell pepper, my yellow onion, our 3 garlic cloves. Yeah, so this is all. But then I also have a raju here. I think it might add a little bit of aroma and texture and flavor. And I also have my paprika here. And now I'm gonna dice and mince my garlic. Then now I'm gonna cut our onion into a half. Then I'm gonna cut it into small pieces so that I could dice it as well. Then dice it very nicely to add into our picado filling. So now I'm gonna dice my bell pepper. Then now I'm going to slice my coriander into very small pieces, more like dicing it. We have our ingredients ready and prepared: garlic, tomato sauce, onion, wine, red bell pepper, coriander, ground beef, and our pickles, and as well as olives. In a frying pan, I added my onion and my bell pepper and mixed them together. I added my ground beef and mixed everything together. When my beef was turning brown, I added my dry white wine. Then after that, I also added my tomato sauce. Added my olive oil. I added my chili powder, my modern spice, mixed herbs, coriander. Now I'm gonna add salt and then I'm going to mix everything together. Now I'm gonna take the dough out of the fridge. Then I'm gonna use my rolling pin to roll the dough flat. Since I don't have a cake cutter, I'm going to use my bowl to cut my wraps into equal sizes. So I have my beaten egg in a bowl. I have my wraps ready. So I'm gonna take my wrap and then I'm gonna fill them with the picadillo filling. Then after filling my picadillo filling, I'm gonna secure the ends using the fork. I'm gonna use the fork to close the empanadas. So I'm gonna use the egg to brush the outside of the empanadas, put them in a baking tray on top of a baking sheet so that I put them in my oven, and then I'm gonna bake them for 20 or 25 minutes. They should be crispy gold outside. So now I'm gonna dice and mince my garlic cloves for my mojo shrimps. So now I'm gonna measure my lemon juice for my marinade. Then I'm gonna add my orange juice. And now I'm gonna cut my coriander into small fine pieces and measure it into measuring cups. Then we have our ingredients for our mojo shrimps. So now in a bowl I'm gonna add my lemon juice. I'm going to add my orange juice. Then I'm going to add my garlic. Then I'm gonna add my chili powder, add my herbs. Now I'm adding my coriander. Then I'm gonna get a spoon to mix everything together. I decided to use a bigger bowl. I'm gonna add olive oil, then I'm gonna mix my marinade with my shrimps. When I'm done mixing my shrimps with my marinade, I'm going to refrigerate it for 30 minutes. I'm now gonna take my shrimps out of the marinade into a dry bowl so that I could now fry my shrimps. I'm now gonna add my olive oil into a frying pan so that I could fry my shrimps. I'm now gonna add salt and then I'm going to mix my shrimps and let it boil until the marinade dry out so that it could be completely fried. But you should be careful not to leave it too long on the heat so that it doesn't burn. This is my hot water in a jar. I'm just gonna add my water into my cooking pan. And this is my rice in a bowl. I'm going to wash it after and then I'm going to add it into my cinnamon boiling water. These are my ingredients: my sugar, condensed milk and full cream. I'm gonna use my ingredients to make the rice pudding. Then this is my condensed milk. I'm gonna add my condensed milk in a bowl. Then I'm gonna add my sugar, gonna add my full cream milk, and I'm gonna mix everything together. Then this is my rice. I just added my ingredients and I'm mixing everything together. You can see now my rice pudding is coming well together. And now I'm dishing up my empanadas in a white plate. Then this is my cooked shrimp. Then I'm gonna use a white plate as well. That small bowl there has it has marinade, and I have 3 slices of lemon, which I'm also gonna use while dishing up my mojo shrimp dish. So I'm just gonna start with my white cooked rice. I'm gonna dish up my rice first and leaving a space on the other side for my cooked mojo shrimps. After putting my shrimps, I'm gonna add my slices of lemon on top of the rice and the marinade. Then now I'm gonna dish my pudding into a clear glass bowl. I'm sprinkling cinnamon for flavor and texture. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my Cuba empanadas, which is my appetizer, and this is my entry, white rice with mojo shrimps. And lastly, we have our rice pudding with a cinnamon sprinkle at the top. And this is my serving table. We have my main dish, we have our appetizer and our dessert. Thank you for watching.